Hey everybody, welcome. So you guys might have heard the news, but we are definitely getting not a expansion for Starfield. We're getting we're just getting some DLC content called Terra Firma? Something like that. Anyways, because we're getting a DLC, you know what that means. Patch. Brand new patch. Free update. So of course, I think what you guys should do before that happens, if you want to keep playing with your mods, you should pause the updates to your game until they are ready. I will have a video out on the day of showing people how to downgrade, but for now what we're going to do is pause those pesky updates. So we're going to go to our Starfield and Steam here. Don't ask me how we do it on the other platforms because I actually don't use those. So we're going to go to properties down here. If you right click on Starfield, there'll be a properties menu, and then we're going to go to updates. So you want to make sure it says wait until I launch the game, and you click here. So it will not update unless you press play. And then what you also want to do is go into your app manifest. Okay, now what we want to stop is we want to stop the update. We're going to do 1716740. That is Starfield. So if you can see down here, app manifest 1717640.acf in your Steam apps section here, right there. So we're going to right click on this little file here. We're going to go to properties. Okay, and then we're going to click read only, press apply, press OK. And that will block the updates until your mods have been updated or have the chance to. So yeah, April the 7th is that update. I'm kind of nervous about it and not nervous. Well, more nervous because I know my mods are going to completely break. But I've actually seen some things in the trailer that I actually really enjoyed, and I thought I wanted to share it with you guys as well. You'll see B-roll footage of the trailer. Can't play the audio because I'll get copyright claimed into hell and back. But the POI thing really interested me because I feel like that was the major thing missing from Starfield was exploration. Now, I know it's not going to absolutely fix everything, but I'm kind of hoping it'll just help in the long run a little bit. Like, I don't think it'll ever match up to Fallout 4 and Skyrim. More than likely on the non-barren moon planets, I could see us getting like maybe, I don't know, 3 extra POIs that are named, and hopefully they'll have their own little structured area, like, you know, a brand new level space that looks different. I'm not sure if they're all going to be named differently, but it was a thing in the update that just kind of intrigued me the most, more than anything. The Terran Armada, not Terra Firma, looks cool. The robots are being added, but exploration was the biggest thing that we needed. But I think that the Terran Armada also kind of fits into that umbrella as well, because they're adding a bunch of NPCs that are roaming. You know, like, they're not gonna have their own area like, let's say, Dragonborn was in Skyrim. From what my understanding is that they're going to be sort of placed into places all over the galaxy. You know, like, you'll see robots in random places. There'll probably be quests with them. They'll just be dropped out everywhere. I don't think there's an actual Terran Armada planet. I know there's a lot of spaceship stuff that's being added that has to do with them as well, which is pretty cool. Really excited about the guns being added too. They're a little more modern, I would say, down to earth, or, you know, old earth style. That's something I'm a big fan of. Like, they look kind of like my modded guns is how I perceived it when I saw them. You know, like all the Call of Duty stuff. It's not going to be quite Call of Duty, but yeah, like in regards to the POIs, I have mods that add POIs, but they're not exactly like 100% intuitive, but they're good. Like, all I want is the feeling of playing Skyrim and finding a dungeon, and that dungeon turns into a sprawling area, connects to another place. There's some cool loot at the end. Something that I have in this game that I like a lot is the Starborn temples are actually very involved, and there's like a ton of enemies now with them. Like, I have to fight probably 20 Starborn just to get into one temple. So I actually had to prepare ahead of time before I went in there, you know, gear up, level up a bit before I can get my first power. But I was able to do it after a bit. It was quite a fight. Actually had a good time with it. You know, and I also feel there should be a Starborn boss, which this mod also adds. And I hope one day maybe someone can make a mod to make these Starborn temples a lot longer. Kind of like how in Skyrim, like, you know, the dungeons would turn into something big as well. You know, like you go to like Bleak Falls Barrow, and at the very end you would get your special power. I kind of feel like that's how the Starborn power should have been dealt in this game. Like, you know how it is, like you go into the temple and you just, boom, there's the thing. You fly through the ring. That's it. Nothing. And then you get your special power, and it just feels kind of like you didn't earn it. You know what I mean? Like you just, here you go. You can have it because you're the hero, and I don't want to be the hero. Like, I want the powers, but like, I didn't earn it. I just showed up on some planet, ran towards the blips. I kind of wonder if they ran out of development time for that, and there was just something else going on. But I'm kind of rambling about the downfalls of Starfield. Like, I do love the game a lot. I've been playing it a lot lately. Like, that's all I've been playing. Is like Starfield and Fallout 76. It's not a perfect game by any means, but it's not bad. You know, there's parts of it I do like, parts of it I don't. I like the, you know, I like the quests, I like the factions, the world is beautiful. The modded character is beautiful. The NPCs are not at all. For some reason, they just got slapped with the ugly stick, I guess. That's a creation engine for you, and I'm honestly getting kind of tired of people asking for them to switch engines because it's never going to happen. And we get really cool mods because of the engine they use. You know, I was like listening to some devs say in the podcast that they'll never switch because if they switch, you won't get all these cool mods that you got for Skyrim. And I've heard from modders that modding with creation is very easy. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I can get behind rallying against this engine now. I don't feel so bad. Another thing is we are getting legendary gun modifiers is what it looks like, or armor. That seems pretty cool. Like seeing some of the modifiers they used on that deep dive, that seems pretty cool, but I kind of get the feeling you're gonna have to grind them out. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Like, is it gonna be pretty grindy like 76 where we're constantly grinding one enemy, or, you know, one outpost over and over and over for to get a certain type of modification, or if it's just completely random? You know, because I love 76 and all, but you know, it's like that grinding loop, hoping you'll get this thing, you know, doing this raid over and over and over and over. I feel like they're kind of putting some 76 systems into the game. Like, that would add some gameplay longevity maybe, you know, to get the perfect sets, but honestly, you can beat the game without, you know, getting a certain gear or armor. Like, it's not a hard game, right? I mean, it's hard for me because I have it on hard, and I'm added a bunch of enemies with Grind Terra, which is an amazing mod, by the way. I love it because it adds like vegetation. It adds lots of stuff on the worlds. Like you can see here, it makes everything a little bit more colorful, adds stuff. Even if there's not POIs everywhere, I at least have something to look at, something pretty to look at when I'm running 300 meters to the next unknown place, hoping it's a pirate base that I can wipe out. And another thing that's getting added, which I'm actually really interested in, is the seamless space travel from one planet to another planet in the same solar system, not galaxy. So if you're going from like Sol system to where the main city is, I can never remember the name of it, but that one will be you have to like get a, oh, what do you call it, loading screen for that. So I'm not sure, I guess like in between the planets. But I mean, how often do you really do that though? Like, because I typically jump from one system to another all the time. So I'm not really 100% on what they're gonna do there. So we're getting a really cool base in the middle of space called the Anchor Point Station. Or no, Anchor Point is the one with the vendors and quests for the new area. But we are getting our own little home in an asteroid, which seems really cool. So the jumper, I never used the jumper. It just, I didn't need it, honestly. You know, like the moon buggy. It just never really appealed to me. Because I'm constantly running around jetpacking everywhere and looting, like minerals. So for me, it hasn't really been necessary. But I guess for you guys that are just doing quests and they're just following your lead, like the next lead on a planet or whatever, it's probably a good thing to use. But yeah, personally, I'm always getting minerals. I'm always scanning stuff. Like I'm your, I wouldn't say average Bethesda player, but you know, collect all the things, grab all the things, feel guilty about leaving certain things behind. And it just really isn't worth it for me. But like this new add-on for the car lets you like boost super high. I mean, I think if they had devoted some dev time to something else a little bit more important, that would have been better. But I don't know. Maybe people are actually asking for that, and I'm just not part of the major population that wants these things. I don't know if people have actually complained to Bethesda about wanting to have a moon buggy that can go super high, you know. But another thing that actually would work really well for me personally is the quantum entanglement device. So I finished the game the first time and I got to the end. I started up in the new world, or whatever you want to call it, and spacesuit with like no stats. Well, that's what I thought it was, no stats. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I felt like really let down after. Like, I know it changes each playthrough, but I was kind of like, oh man, I worked so hard to get all that loot, all that money, all the, you know, all the digipicks, all the items, weapons, like, you know, completely modified weapons too, and armor, and I just felt so let down. But apparently this quantum entanglement device will let you carry your stuff into the next New Game Plus, which is actually really good for me, because that was the only reason I stopped playing the game. Because I got to the second run and I was like, I don't want to do that all over again, and I don't want to get all this stuff over. So I just stopped playing and I was like, I don't want to do that. And no one ever made a mod for it, so yeah, I never really got to the end of the game again. Like, I played the game, but I haven't finished the game again. Now I'm kind of incentivized after this update to do that. And that's actually pretty cool. Like, I wonder who's actually I guess lots of people are complaining. Like, I kind of said that, but I didn't really, you know, bring it to anyone's attention. But this update seems really good. I know my mods are going to break. So I'm kind of wondering if I want to start up a vanilla character and sort of experience Terran Armada with everyone else on stream. So I'm probably going to plan to go live on the 7th. Kind of hoping I can see everyone there. If not, it's all good. I know not everyone's a Starfield fan. In these past few days and weeks, I've been kind of not shilling, but defending Starfield. I had some time off, so I've just been kind of chilling out with it. It's honestly, with mods, like UI mods, HUD mods, that kind of thing, like the game feels way better. But I also don't believe that you should have to mod a game just to make it playable. Even though I do that from all my games, and that's the whole reason of my channel, is modding games. I think you should be able to pick up a game and have fun with it. But if you guys actually want to play Starfield and actually mod it, it's genuinely, it's not bad. It's on, I think they just lowered the regular price down to like $50 or something like that. And if you like Star Wars and the game's on sale and you have patience for modding, Star Wars Genesis is an awesome project. I just downloaded the new update that has lightsabers, it has force powers. Like it's really cool. Like it you need a beefy computer, but if you have the extra money, if it's on sale, you're a little patient and you love Star Wars, I think you would actually have a great time with it. I would play it more on stream, but the soundtrack is very heavily copyrighted. And I don't think it's going to get shut down because the guy said he got permission from, was it Lucasfilm or LucasArts or whatever, to have the soundtrack in the game because it's from KOTOR. So if you play it, there's like a lot of KOTOR music, and that's really cool because KOTOR is one of my favorite games. And that you know, it's always a great time for that. Also, if you were on PS5 and you were kind of waiting for it to come, I know it's coming out on the 7th for PS5. I'm not sure if it'll have like all the creations with it, but if you are on PS5 and you are going to play and you are excited for it, or you know, looking forward to playing it, let me know. And if you're on PS5 and you just are like, nope, even after watching, you know, my gameplay, like, does this interest you at all? Like, it's the same gameplay loop as Skyrim, but you know, it's just space. Only difference is consoles won't have caked up outfits, I guess. That's the only thing. But if you have an interest in any mods I've used in the video or anything like that, feel free to ask me and I'll tell you what I can. I don't have Vortex, I just have MO2, so I don't have public mod lists available. But if you ever want to know what I'm using, feel free to ask, and I have no problem telling you guys what mods I'm running. I've always wanted a game like this. I just think it's going to take a while to get to that point where I could main Starfield for like a month at a time. You know, like, because I'll go through fits of playing Fallout 4, playing Skyrim, and, you know, just playing that for like a month on, and I can play this game for like I don't know, probably a day or two, and then I kind of need a break because it's a lot of talking and a lot of empty planets, you know, like this. Like that ruin there, I got pretty lucky. I don't always get so lucky, but it's still beautiful. Like, I can admire how the game looks and the vision, you know, Todd's glorious vision on how his game, I mean, didn't he say like this is like a love letter to himself? It's just something he always wanted. But, you know, and then people talk about Starfield too. I was like, you know, I don't think that's gonna happen because, you know, God Howard's like in his 60s, I think, 50s or 60s, and Fallout 5 hasn't even come out yet. Test 6 is still in development, so yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. And regarding developers, like, I'm willing to give Emil a chance for Terran Armada and 6, because people always, like, you know, sort of rail on him, especially in 2023. I think the guy's an awesome quest designer. I'm just not so sure on direction, but I'm always willing to be proven wrong. You know what? People get lots of chances to do stuff, and kind of hoping he sort of finds his groove, and hope you guys will enjoy the update. If you do try it, if you're not going to, you're welcome to watch me on the 7th. If I'm not available on the 7th, it'll probably be a day before or after, whenever. But either way, hope you guys have a good spring, and I'll talk to you soon.